In this lesson, we're moving into a folk blues direction using an alternating thumb bass against a syncopated melody. Let's take a listen first. Now, alternating bass means that the thumb of the picking hand is moving back and forth between two different strings. Now, ordinarily, the first note that you play in the bass would usually be the root note. We've had some exceptions to that already in situations where there's something of a bass line. In this case, it's partly a question of flavor. This is something that you would hear in a certain amount of acoustic blues, say, where the A bass note works just fine against a D chord. First of all, it's in the chord. And second of all, it adds a little bit of a different flavor to start on the low note. Your ear accepts it either way. It sounds fine. The melody is syncopated because we are moving on offbeats in between our thumb counts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to add a melody aspect. First of all, the melody is already coming from the string change. Ba, ba. But then as I'm maintaining this D formation, I'm going to release my fret hand middle finger, play a pinch of strings 5 and 1, and hammer before I continue the pattern. So the timing of this becomes 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Be aware that that hammer-on does need to be in time. It's an eighth note, so it's not just simply a slur or simply a hammer-on. Won't sound right. In context, it's this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And then a similar lick, hammer on again, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4. Looking at this pattern, so ultimately it breaks down to pinch, hammer, thumb, finger, thumb, finger, thumb. So the whole D segment is notice the offbeats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. G chord, changing the melody note only. A chord, 2 and 3 and 4. So once again, alternating thumb and finger, pinch, thumb, finger, thumb, finger, thumb. And those offbeat finger notes are part of the syncopated melody. Once again, pinch, change the melody note, and then back to the D with our hammer-on figure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and pinch. Here's the exercise in context. 1, 2, 3, 4. You might notice as you're listening to it how clear that melody is against the bass. And one of the things that we're aiming for here is to have a sense of these two independent parts. I've mentioned previously how your thumb in the picking hand is ultimately your bass player, and really, in many cases, your whole rhythm section, because that steady thumb rhythm provides the foundational pulse that we're playing against. And just a quick thought on rhythm, you can allow that thumb to be your timekeeper. I've mentioned before how developing a sense of internal rhythm to be able to maintain the pulse in your body is really, really helpful, because it takes rhythm from being something mathematical and abstract into something concrete you can feel. And so when we have a steady thumb like that, your thumb becomes your metronome, because you can feel the steadiness just as much as you can hear it.